It'll be a cold day in hell when I give you more money, and I'm only one vote, but you have screwed up this district. You have screwed people.
Sparks fly at a Beaumont School Board meeting. What made trustee Mike Neal so upset, and detailed dates of cutbacks will lay out the timeline for when school employees will learn if they'll be out of a job next year. Good evening to you. I'm Greg Kerr.
And I'm Kelly Phillips. Thank you for joining us. Superintendent Dr. Timothy Chargois presented more suggested cuts for next school year at tonight's board meeting. Those options include a 3% across-the-board salary cut, saving the district $4 million. Also on the table, cutting administration travel by half. KFDM's Justin Hinton is back from the meeting. And Justin, not everyone was happy with some of those suggestions.
No, Kelly, they certainly weren't. Specifically, Janice Broussard. At one point, she said she doesn't support cutting employees their benefits and then turning around and cutting their pay, something that got a lot of applause from those in attendance. But at the same time, the district is left with some tough decisions, even one that the conservator weighed in on. Really, one of the first times that we've heard him give recommendations in public. Well, tonight, that recommendation involves adding an agenda item that gives the board members a detailed line item budget that shows a monthly breakdown of revenue and expenditures. He says that way they'll know where exactly revenues and expenditures are. And by the end of the year, it won't be a surprise how much, how, and why the district is over budget. He said that's what the board is responsible for doing. He also said it's going to take major cuts to heal the financial wounds of the district. He said, quote, the district is hemorrhaging financially, and a Band-Aid approach isn't going to stop the hemorrhaging. He said he believes his recommendation will be followed.
I make the recommendation, and I feel that they haven't followed up on it, and I feel like it needs to be a directive. I can make that directive.
And you would do that?
I would do that, yes.
The one person who has always spoken his mind is Mike Neal, and tonight was no different. He questioned $15 million spent above the budgeted amendments he said the board never approved. He says it's all part of the financial catastrophe that has yet to be resolved.
Dr. Chargois and the administration continue to blame the state budget cuts or the state funding. But the state funding happened 3 years ago. We knew it was going to happen. We haven't stopped spending like drunken sailors since we lost the funding. And now we've run through $40 million in general fund that we're never going to see again. We're sending 35 people to Austin to defend one major catastrophe financially that's been going on 3 years, and tonight it's continuing to go on. I don't see anything different.
We tried to speak to Dr. Chargois after the meeting, but he was not available for comment. Now, as for the record review Trustee Neal was talking about, what's taking place tomorrow. KFDM's Haley Bull is covering the hearing, and you can watch her live reports right here, and we'll stream the hearing online. Kelly?
We also learned tonight of a more detailed plan for the reduction in force. Here's an updated timeline of events. By June 9th, the district will identify the targeted areas for reduction in force, though Dr. Chargois said tonight that special education teachers would not be among those cut. June 16th is the deadline for identifying those for whom termination is proposed, and those employees will be notified on the 17th or 18th. And on the 19th of this month, the board will vote on those terminations. And on June 24th, the Texas Workforce Commission and BISD will co-host a job fair for those who find themselves out of a job.